Adam Drummond here from Wagga Wagga TV. It's the online TV show all about people, places and property. I'm very excited because I've got my first ever celebrity guest. He's also a mate, Tim Rosso. Ross, thanks for coming on, mate.
Thanks. It's really about people, places and famous faces. Hey?
I'm sorry I haven't got a studio audience as well to intro.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, we'll pretend that we have. Mate, thanks for coming on today. You are a talented man. You're a comedian, television broadcaster, radio broadcaster. You're an author, published author. You're also a musician. How do you find time for all these different passions?
Well, I've been a successful investor in the Wagga Wagga investment property market thanks to you, and I encourage all people to do the same. I own the school and a couple of the churches thanks to Adam. No, it's about, you know, it's about time management really, and trying to pick the things you really care about, and then make sure you still got time for your family and your friends. But you know, it's prioritising what you're doing and living life to its fullest, mate. That's the trick with it. Just if something excites you, you just got to be part of it.
And speaking of which, a lot of people may not know you've got a big heart.
Yeah.
You're involved
like
with...
Farlap.
You are like Farlap, they say, and in more ways than one. And yet you are involved in a local initiative here in Wagga Wagga, youth mentoring group called Ignite. Why would you get involved in something like that?
Because you asked me.
I did. I pleaded.
He came up to me and just pleaded, and you know, I thought, hang on a second, I'm going to need someone to talk to me when, you know, talk me up when I go to jail. So it's like, I'm going to be in court one day, might as well do something for the community. No, it's just, it's one of those things. You know, there's lots of big charities out there, but something where you can truly see the results for your effort, I think is really important. And I think, you know, rather than just writing a cheque or getting online and being part of something where you can see the kids, you know, up front and centre, and you can actually either see or hear about the results is really appealing to me, and you know, it's very rewarding as well.
And you've helped us raise not only money but awareness by doing some stand-up gigs where all the ticket sales went to Ignite, which is great. And you are on the stand-up circuit still with Men About the House. That's come about because of your passion for architecture. At what age did you go, I'm in the rock band, I'm a comedian, I'm trying to get into radio and television, but you know what, I've got time for architecture too? What was the trigger point that made you even interested in it?
I've always liked design, and so much of things that we like, particularly design-wise, happen because of the things we see when we're a kid, and whether it be things on TV or the houses around you, or things that you know, you go around to someone's house when you're a kid and that sort of switches on a little light. And I think for me, that's all those things combined certainly open up the door, and I've just been fascinated with travel and buildings and anything that's sort of interesting. And so as time has gone on, I've found myself, I suppose, focusing more and more on buildings that are interesting and unlocking them and discovering their secrets and enjoying the way that architecture makes you feel. And sometimes we don't think about it, but we're all moved by great buildings, whether they're cathedrals or school halls or someone who's got a great house or just, you know, simply a great hotel room.
And you've got a soft spot really for 1950s architecture as well. All things 1950 really. It's probably vehicles as well, is it? Oh,
look, yeah, I think, you know, a lot of people sort of tend to focus on the sort of, you know, 1950s, 1960s architecture, but my interests are broader than that. But I suppose because I've got a 1950s house, and there's something that I find really appealing about the architecture of that time. And you know, it was when we changed the way we lived, when we started opening up windows, and most modern houses that you see today, or the way that people would like to live today, is completely influenced by houses of that period.
And now you're finding yourself on radio. It's on the drive home in Sydney and Melbourne. One of our kids from the Ignite program is about to do some work experience with you. What sort of things is he going to be have his eyes open to?
How to make coffee, tea, washing my car.
All the stuff I started with when I first met you.
Yeah, all that sort of, all the important things. You know, updating my website.
Facebook statuses.
Yeah, organising me to get my hair cut and stuff.
What a great experience you'll have.
No, he will. No, look, you know, it's an initiative that we would like to do more of, and that is bringing people into the workplace where they can really meet a whole bunch of people, not just hang out with me, but the other people that are in the workplace that do different jobs and varying jobs, and see that anything's possible. That you know, the media is like any other industry. It's not as difficult to get in as people think it is. It's just about being prepared to have a go and roll up your sleeves and knock on a few doors and wanting to be part of something.
Let's talk a little bit about your time in the media, because I know growing up and getting in the media yourself, you were a little bit fame-struck by some of the celebrities that you came across, and then of course you were sort of catapulted into that status yourself. Do you still get starstruck when you meet certain people?
Yeah, and even, I mean, I spoke to Kevin McLeod from Grand Designs the other day on the phone, and I was, yeah, I mean,
Kevin McLeod, I thought you were going to say Pink or something.
No, Kevin McLeod from, Pink, yeah. I think, I just think people that I'm impressed by or I look up to or I think are fascinating or have,
I'm starting to blush, honestly.
Or have a sort of presence.
It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I've met Pink, Pink a couple of times, and she's lovely. And,
yeah.
I've met a lot of those those big name movie stars and interviewed them, and
a lot of their tweets are, "I've met Rosso."
No, none of them have been about
Not
that.
once.
But some of them can be a bit grumpy, and some of them can be charming, but they're just people.
It's a cool job though, isn't it, to kind of rub shoulders with people that have got such interesting lives on the surface.
Yeah, and I think just because someone's famous doesn't make them necessarily someone that I'm looking forward to meeting. And they just have that. A lot of the time, the ones that I really like are the ones that either surprise me or, I'm an existing fan of, and I like their work or I like their take on things.
And sometimes they're more down to earth than you're probably expecting too.
Not often.
Not often.
No, they are. I think it's very difficult for a lot of them to come in in a very Hollywood sort of way where there's 5 people in the room and you're in a little hotel room and someone's winding you up and there's a list of things you can and can't ask them. I think it's very hard for them to be grounded in that situation, and I think it's difficult for them to be totally honest these days, because the smallest thing you can say becomes twisted and becomes world news, because there's people's appetite for Hollywood gossip is extraordinary.
Yeah, I love it, personally. Although you are like that a little bit yourself. You said, if I'm going to be drinking beer tonight, you have to make sure I've got my own mug.
What does it say again?
It says the Rosso Stein.
Oh.
Can you see that, Grant? Is it a good shot there? I put a bit of blue in it so you can see it. It's one of Rosso's glamour shots, so it's almost unrecognisable, but do you remember when you took that photo?
I do. I look like Santa on that thing.
You do.
I hate that thing.
It's a corporate gig, but what we're doing later on is we're going to auction this off as a 1 out of 1 limited edition VIP Oktoberfest Stein. So thanks for that, because all money will go towards Ignite as well. Mate, wrapping up here, this is Adam Drummond with Rosso. Thanks for coming on, mate.
Good to see you, mate.
Good to see you too.
Yeah, you look good.
Yeah, thanks.
Great. Probably needs a little bit more product in his hair. What do you think, viewers?
It's actually completely blown out. It was a big day at the open houses.
Really?
So
has it blown? Oh, the
product's blown out. It's fizzled.
You just need to because it's looking.
We're in a rush.
It's looking a little fluffy, isn't it?
I didn't
just
even
a little
get
bit
time to put hairspray.
A little bit of mud, a little bit of fudge or something would probably do all the difference.
I don't like making this all about me, but thanks for tuning in. This is Wagga Wagga TV. It's about people, places, and property. See you next time.
And for famous faces.
And famous faces.